閉じたら落ちてくガラスの迷路、ひび割れた声まだ消えないまま、藤た記憶誰かの夢にすり替わる、名前さえ今奪われてく、聞こえるか胸の奥できしむ鎖の叫び、逃げないで選ぶんだ自分だけの芯を、一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてく、ささやく時に咲きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ、一つ操られたスターに君の本と響かせて、かけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけ、黒いタイピン運命に鼓動が刺さる、笑うシステム感情を食らう、震えた指でログアウト先を探してる、でも君の手が確かにここにある、忘れるな偽物でも選ぶ痛みはリアル、奪えない願いだけが最後のパスワード、一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてく、ささやく時に咲きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ、一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせて、かけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけ、必殺 くストーリー今始まりに変えろ
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. Before we do that, boys, bring it in. Listen, I know it's early. All right, stop it. I hear the complaints. Well, really, nobody's complaining. But I hear you. I got shit that I got to do today, unfortunately. Kind of came up last second. Didn't even realize it was going to happen. But guess what? That's life. But instead of calling out again because I didn't want to do that, well, that means we're streaming early. So even though this is not our normal time and half the people are not going to show up, it doesn't matter because those of you that do are legendary and we're going to have a good time. That's right. Boys, get in here. Let's go. We still got to hug it out. We got to hurry up. I have to end exactly on time today. So we're going to make sure we get into it as soon as possible so that we can cover all our topics. We got a lot of shit we got to look at today. Final Fantasy is looking pretty decent. Fractal Mage says, no, you don't. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, bitch. So get in here. Let's hug it out on this beautiful Friday. It's a glorious Friday. We got to hug it out. Even Cult Classic Cage is in the chat. You know what that means. Everybody stop hugging each other and go swarm Cassie right now and hug her appropriately, people. Appropriately. I see some of you in the chat, all right? I know how you guys operate. I see how you guys operate. I see what you guys be doing in Cassie's chat. I still need somebody to explain what the fuck that tier 2 video was with Cassie. All right, I didn't realize we were into like fat kaiju bitches. All right, I can't believe you guys turned Cassie into a fucking massive kaiju. But you know what? I don't even question the internet anymore. It is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, bring it in. Hug each other and listen very closely. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, like the stream. Now, if you guys are watching over on Rumble, like the stream. Now. Right now. And if you guys are watching anywhere else, that's impossible and you're probably gay.
You are gay!
But it is your month. It is technically your month, so don't worry about it. It's fine. You're all accepted. Guys, listen. We're going to get right into the content. What we're going to do is we're going to do membership train, pre-stream legends, and getting right into the content. Because like I said, unfortunately, no waifu battle today, no nothing. We're just going to hang out for the little bit of time that we got. So let's make it count. Let's make it a good time. Thank Hypno, it's Friday. I know. Final Fantasy is back check. I'm really starting to believe that with this particular game. And I know people are like trying to hate on it because it has mobile origins. But, you know, again, depending on how they make it. Obviously, you know, take it, you know. You just got to be careful. But regardless, we got a lot we got to go over, boys. So let's get into the membership train. And then we're going to get into pre-stream legends. Over on Rumble, people have already been going crazy with memberships, man. I appreciate that very much. You guys are amazing over there. Shout out to Rumble. You guys ready for this, man? Membership train on a Friday. I know we're early. I know a lot of people are missing, but that's fine. We can still have a good membership train. Under the Iceberg said, I played the original Stories Classic. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, too. I'm going to look at... So we have, like, this video we're going to go over that's apparently going to showcase, like, exclusive gameplay and stuff. I want to check it out. I'm interested. Guys, let's fucking go, boys. Get on the train. Like
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's go.
All aboard the membership train.
It is not early slop. Denariah dropped a membership on Rumble. Thank you, sir. Teacher Conic dropped a membership over on Rumble. Thank you, sir. We got Ali Kusanagi, Anna Kickin' Janet gifting a membership on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Train emojis, let's go. Fractal Mage can't stop shitting. Debo with the membership. Everybody hide your jewelry. Drag Striker on the train right now. Even Cassie dropped a membership on YouTube.
We are Hypnocast.
Denariah dropped another membership on Rumble. That's right, boys. That is fucking amazing. Shout out to you guys. Much, much appreciated. Membership train is looking wild today, as it always is. Let's get into the pre-stream legends, which means I now have... What the fuck was that? Was that a gifted game? Was that a gifted game? What the fuck was that? All right, we're going to get into the pre-stream legends, then we're going to check gifted games. Apparently, we got a gifted game. I'm scared. I'm scared. Guys, let's resume the TTS. I paused it for the intro. Let's get it going.
Hypno early. Final Fantasy exclusive look. CH streamers. Marathon cooked again. Will Scampus and Churi make an appearance? Find out on Hypnocast.
I forgot that we had a narrator. It looks like
Gamer Nurse Gale celebrates 10
narrator's
months of membership, 10 months with the Bigot Army. LFG,
Hey!
smiley face emoji,
Gamer
smiley
Nurse
face
Gale!
emoji.
Gamer Nurse Gale, thank you for 10 months. That's legendary. 2 more months, Gamer Nurse Gale. 2 more months. And you will be at a year. Dietrich Koenig, thank you for the 10. I appreciate you, my man. You're fucking legendary, brother. Thank you. Let's go over the memberships really quick.
Sanagi 8560 celebrates 25 months
How did you
of
say
membership.
Ali? Bro, did you hear the way it said? Did you hear the way it said Ali Kusanagi? What the fuck was that? It completely butchered your name. But hey, 25 months as a sergeant is fucking insane, brother. Thank you. Thank you for that, Ali Kusanagi. I appreciate that, man. Guys, let's go over the memberships on YouTube. We got a Kickin' Donuts dropping a membership. I appreciate that, brother. We got Ali Kusanagi dropping a membership. We got Debo dropping a membership. Everybody hide your jewelry. I know how he operates. We got Cole Classic Cage dropping a membership also. I appreciate that. And then over on Rumble, what do we got on Rumble? We got Denariah dropping a membership. We got Dietrich Koenig dropping a membership. And we got Denariah dropping another membership over on Rumble. Thank you, guys. I'm not going to hold it against you guys because I know we're early and most people are not here because, you know, let's be real, they're not going to be notified. But for the first time ever, there is no Kiryu in the intro, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure Kiryu will be summoned at some point in the stream. It's fine. All right, boys, we're going to get into the content right away. Right away. Let's get into the content. First things first, I want to hit you with a fast story. Hey, Big Daddy Hypnotic. Hey, yo. We do not say those kind of words here. We do not say those kind of words here. That's gay. I'm going to need you to exit stage right and come back straight. Thank you, sir. Listen, guys, Hypnotic is my dad. Bro, no. Stop. Stop it. Save Shadow says, oh my God, I caught a stream at the beginning this time. I know. And it's because I'm very early. I'm very early. It is what it is, man. What can I say? What can I say? Deidre Koenig! 5 memberships!
We have ourselves a red boy.
Whoopsie.
Hyper
That's the wrong clip.
Memberships!
That's the wrong clip.
More memberships!
The red boy's trying to be summoned.
More memberships!
And considering that's the first one of the stream, the red boy clip was trying to come out, man. It was crazy. It was trying to come up. It was like, we got another. No, we don't have a red boy hyperbanger. Relax. Relax, AI Hypnotic. Relax. Guys, that's the first 5 membership banger of the stream. You already know what that means. Shout out to Deidre Koenig. Bringing out Kiryu, man. I respect it. He says, gotta bring out Kiryu. I respect that, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And then, not only that, John D followed it up with another 5 membership banger.
More
Shout out to John D.
memberships! More memberships! More memberships!
Shout out to John D dropping a 5 membership banger. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. And then, of course, why am I not surprised? The legend himself comes in, sweeping in on his demonic wings. King Demon Wing dropped a 20 membership hyper banger.
We have ourselves a red boy.
Now you headbang.
Hyper banger!
All right, boys, we got another red boy hyper banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to King Demon Wing, man. I appreciate that. Absolutely fucking insane in all the best ways. Thank you, my good man. Again, we are going to try to hit tiers today. We will try. I mean, we're off to a pretty solid start. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. We're going to try our best to hit tiers within the very limited 2 hours that we have. But the more important thing is covering the topics and making sure that we get it all out there, boys. But thank you, King Demon Wing. I appreciate that 20 memberships. That goes a long way. Thank you, John D. Everybody, man. Thank you, DJ Conic. You guys are legendary. All right, let's Rumble's good. Let's do gifted games, and then we're gonna get into topics. Gifted games, really quick. Let's see if it's either a felting or if it's something interesting. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? Dylan B. He gives Holy Hunt. What is this? A love letter to an 8-bit era in punishing, rewarding, tight. Oh shit! A retro top-down shooter. Is this like a stick shooter? Is this a stick shooter? That'll be pretty cool. I love games like this. Sometimes, like, playing a simple fucking game like that, just like old school, like top-down twin stick kind of shooter would be really cool. But thank you. I never heard of this, man. I never heard of this. Holy Hunt. I will definitely check that out. I appreciate that, man. I've been on a fucking like perfecting spree nonstop, like trying to get as many achievements as possible. I've been achievement farming like crazy. Dylan B also gifted Papa's Bocharia Deluxe, bro. What is this? Create delicious coffee drinks and cannoli in Papa's Bocharia Deluxe. Create stylish layered lattes in the coffee house for Papa Louie's loyal customers while earning tips. I just want to be very clear. This does not mean that I have an official coffee company, okay? I don't want to hear that shit. People are going to be like, well, you have this game in your library. That means you have a coffee. No. This does not mean that we get an official coffee company, all right? I just want to be very clear about that. But this looks interesting. Thank you, Dylan B. I appreciate that, man. I think this is like the, 5th or 6th coffee video game that I have. If I were to go through my Steam library, I'm sure I would see a bunch of coffee video games. I haven't played any of them. One day I'm going to play them. DJ Conic says it will open next week. Oh, my God. King Tatal says hoodies and coffee. There is neither. There is no hoodie, and there is no coffee. There's neither. Neither. Hypno Brew? No. Bro, stop. No. Stop. I'm not a killjoy by saying there's no company, man. I'm telling, like, I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. Guys, really quick, fast topic. You remember those games? I know. Fast topic, guys. This literally just dropped. Big news. Massive news. All right. There's no way I can't talk about it because it's crazy. Guys, it's official. It's official. The U.S. Department of Justice has officially approved Paramount Skydance's 111. Let me say that number again. $111 billion takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery.
Holy shit.
111 billion fucking dollars, bro. The last biggest takeover. What was the last biggest takeover? It was like I think it was Activision Blizzard, right? Wasn't it like a 60 no, it wasn't. No, EA was one of the biggest takeovers. It was like almost $60 billion or 80, whatever. It was fucking insane. Now we're at 111. Bro, you got companies moving over $100 billion fucking dollars to acquire each other. We are at that level of insanity. That's fucking insane, bro. $111 billion. I can't even fathom that money. What about Microsoft buying ZeniMax? I don't think it's anywhere close. This is going to transform this company into one of the biggest, if not the biggest, media entertainment company probably in the world. This is huge. I don't know if people realize like how huge this actually is. I know this is not like super gaming related, although there is some gaming stuff involved in this. But this is fucking huge, man. This is getting to the point where you got companies that are bigger than governments. Almost, or pretty much, or like kind of close. You know, it's crazy. It really is. Anyway, so Warner Bros. Discovery was purchased, creating one of the biggest world's biggest media companies. The deal, led by David Ellison, brings together major brands including Paramount Pictures, Warner Brothers, HBO, CNN, and Max. Executives say that the merger will help them compete with streaming giants and could save more than $6 billion through combined operations. So I'll say this. Even though this is not something that I normally like to see, what I will say is that Paramount and Warner Brothers combining their forces, in my opinion, is the better outcome than Netflix and Warner Brothers combining their companies. I just do. Like I dreaded the idea of Netflix gaining ownership over Warner Brothers. There was nothing good. Nothing good was going to come out of that. There was so many different aspects to that. And I'm not even talking about ideological bullshit. I'm talking about from a consumer standpoint. For example, like Netflix absolutely hates physical media. They hate physical media, right? So if Netflix were to have taken over Warner Brothers, you could pretty much kiss all these 4K collections, DVDs, Blu-rays. A lot of that shit would have went the way of the dodo bird because they want to force people to go into their streaming service. So that would have been their priority. And as somebody who likes to collect a lot of the old movies and like 4K remasters and all that, like I like to collect that stuff. You guys don't know it because I don't have a channel that really focuses on that, and I don't really show it. But I have a lot of movies. I have a lot of movies in my collection, and I like the fact that they released that stuff. But Netflix, they would have been the ones to absolutely kill that shit, and they would have fucked over movie theaters too. They would have did everything they possibly could to get people to focus on Netflix. I'm just saying that ultimately there's a lot more to it, but ultimately it's better that Netflix is not the one that owns Warner Brothers. That's all I'm saying. Not that this is gonna be like the best magical deal ever. I'm sure Paramount's gonna do some fuck shit too in other avenues, but it like in terms of the in comparison to the two, I rather this over Netflix any day of the week. Any day of the week. It's not even close. So, but anyway, wanted to talk about that. Pretty fucking insane. Just dropped. Like literally just happened not that long ago, about an hour ago. So
111 billions. Okay, but you have to take CNN too.
Yeah, I don't really think they care about that. I think for them, the value is not necessarily in the news agencies, although CNN is really good for propaganda. So I'm sure there's some value to that, right? But the main value has to do with the IPs that Warner Brothers owns and the characters that they have under their belt, and what Paramount is now going to have access to and what they're going to be able to utilize. I mean, they just gained such a huge portfolio. They already had a huge portfolio. Now this is going to be next level. Like, there is no portfolio better than this. I mean, outside of, like, you could have argued Disney back in the day, but not so much anymore. I mean, this is a huge portfolio, and it covers all kinds of media segments. It covers fucking movies, TV shows, video games, everything.
Dark Obsidian celebrates 14 months of membership. I'm 21 minutes late.
How dare you?
Didn't know you were gonna start this early today.
Neither did I, Dark Obsidian.
And
neither,
you know
neither did
what's
I.
more insane? Hypno Elon Musk, the first trillionaire in the world.
Yes, we saw that too. Elon Musk got crowned the first trillionaire ever in the world. And you know what follows that? A whole bunch of stupid-ass fucking social media posts from people who are proving why they are poor by saying, oh, people are starving in the world. Meanwhile, this guy has $1 trillion. I'm like, the fact that you think Elon Musk has $1 trillion liquid cash is exactly why you're probably fucking poor and you should shut the fuck up. I'm just saying. I hate seeing those posts from people who are so disingenuous, have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. But, you know, anyway, it is what it is. That's basically it. So this is going to be huge, man. I'm curious to see what's going to come from this. I'm curious to see if there's going to be a statement from Paramount. I'm sure there probably will be. And we'll kind of go into that, you know, later down the line when we get more information. Why does Square Enix hate streamers? Well, when we get to that segment, you will find out. But anyway, that's basically it for this segment. Just wanted to cover that really quick. It was interesting. All right. Now it is time to talk about a video game that I am very much looking forward to. Final Fantasy Resonance. We got to talk about Final Fantasy Resonance, boys. Let's get into it. I'm going to pause the TTS for this one because I want to cover it without interruption, and I will obviously let it go, you know, when we are done. So let's get into it. All right, boys. Time to talk about Final Fantasy Resonance. It's a video game that I am looking forward to. I know a lot of you guys are either looking forward to it or curious about it. I know this game is based off of a previous mobile video game, but they're remaking the entire video game for essentially a console-like experience by removing the gacha mechanics, removing all the mobile shit, and essentially turning it into a standalone Final Fantasy experience. But it's obviously going to be 2D HD, right? Like, so this is going to be the first one ever in Final Fantasy history to have this kind of graphic style. I'm all for it. I love Octopath Traveler, one of my favorite series, and I'm excited to see what this studio can do with an actual Final Fantasy video game. So let's see what they got to offer. This is going to be an exclusive look at Final Fantasy gameplay provided by, I believe, IGN. So we're going to check out some boss fight gameplay and see what we got.
Just revealed, and we got to play it during a visit to Square Enix. It's the first HD 2D Final Fantasy game and brings the series back to turn-based combat while adapting the story of Brave Exvius for a traditional console-style RPG. Here we have gameplay of 2 boss fights. Final Fantasy Resonance comes out on October 22nd for all major platforms including Switch 1 and Switch 2, and you can check out what editor Michael Hyam thinks of the game from his exclusive hands-on preview. But for now, enjoy this gameplay, and as always, stick with IGN for all things Final Fantasy.
You know, whenever I thought to myself, like, what a modern Final Fantasy would look like if it was remade with, you know, I don't know, like, what would it look like? I always thought it would look like this. I always thought, like, to go from what we had in the past with the pre-rendered backgrounds and 3D sprites and shit, and then, you know, like Final Fantasy 9, same thing, but just a little bit better. 2D HD is just, or HD 2D is exactly it. And I feel like the super hyper realism thing never quite did it for me. I understand for Final Fantasy it became a thing over time, obviously. And especially with the loss of turn-based combat, I've always wanted it to return to turn-based combat. So even though this is not a main line entry, I get that, right? Even though this is not a main line entry, I'm still excited for this, and I think it's going to be really fun. I know it's just Brave Exvius, I get that, but if they remake this game properly, and if they actually turn it into a standalone, proper Final Fantasy experience without all the mobile bullshit, I think it could be a solid video game. I really do. Like, this is what we talk about when we say that video games are losing their, you know, their style. Everything's going for hyper realism, and they're losing their style. I enjoy this. I like this more than probably some other people do, and that's okay. But yeah, I enjoy this. And I'm sure the music's gonna be great.
Looks like,
bro, come on. How could you not be hyped at that, dude? How could you not be Did you see that? Did you see that intro, bro? Come on, man. Like, that just brought me back. I want to see that again. That just brought me back to old school Final Fantasy time, bro. Look at this. Bro, man.
looks like we have no choice but to fight back.
We're done for if it hits us with that blast! Get it before it charges up!
We're on it. This will take everything. Your will is my power. We have the weakness.
Looks like it's my turn. Take one of these! Ouch! What should I do? Leave it to me.
My turn. Lend me your strength. Got their weakness.
Well then.
I'm gonna play the shit out of this. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm gonna play the shit out of this. Tire King says, "Ill, there's voice acting." I like the voice acting. I think the voice acting's fine. I know you don't like voice acting, but I think it's fine. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna play with Japanese voice acting anyway. They're not gonna play with the English voice acting. Now, in terms of the gameplay mechanics, it seems like they're gonna allow you to utilize popular Final Fantasy characters as summons. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I know they're going to show you in this gameplay segment, so we're going to find out in a second. But that seems to be the case. So, because I see Cloud and Zidane, so we'll see how this goes.
This'll get them. That seems effective.
What should I do? Sing us a song, Siren!
So good.
Here goes.
We got summon cutscenes again. Oh my god, let's go, bro.
Let's go with this.
Let's go, bro.
Got him good. That. And there.
All right. The power of wills. Got him where it hurts.
What to do? Your will is my power.
By the way, this music is fucking insane. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so good. Love it.
Here, some healing.
What's to do? This is the one. There you felt that. What should I do? Let's see if this works.
My turn. Let's end this.
Nice.
Let's end this quickly, everyone.
Gotta keep going. More where that came from.
Now's our chance.
I have you.
I will protect you all. Sorry, not sorry.
What the hell? Oh shit. Is it gonna Omni Slash?
Kiss to it.
Brother, man. Brother.
Holy shit.
Wow. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Here I go. Your will is my power. There, that got them.
What should I do? Leave it to me. Looks like it's my turn. This is gonna be good. Got him good.
All right. Lend me your strength. got
Oh
their
yeah,
weakness.
Panther on Beyond Brick.
I'll stick to the basics.
Oh shit. That was kind of weak.
Well then, this'll get them.
That was kind of weak.
That seems effective.
Here goes. Let's go with this. There you felt that. What should I do? Sing us a song, Siren.
Not over yet.
Don't come any closer.
My turn. How about this? Got him where it hurts.
Yeah, I want to see
Here I
Terra
go.
too. Boys in the
Hear
water.
me, Vision. We have the weakness.
What should I
Damn.
do? Leave it to me.
All right. The power of wills. Let's end this.
What to do? Now's my chance.
Let's end this quickly,
Keep
everyone.
the flow going.
Gotta keep going. Got something special
Here's what you've been
for
waiting
you.
for.
What the fuck? Yo. Bro, what?
Infinity Drive!
Now!
Now.
Bro, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Bro, fucking A, man. This is really like hitting the spot. This is hitting the spot. This is like bringing me back to like old school Final Fantasy, but with the modern touches that are actually good, especially for the gameplay. Like this looks really, really well done.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh shit.
行くよ。私が終わらせる。
Whoa. Dude, the transition from 3D cutscene to gameplay is so seamless. Like they did such a good fucking job transitioning between the cutscenes into the gameplay. It makes it all come together really nicely. It just reminds me of like the old school summons from, you know, early Final Fantasy days, where you had these like crazy cutscenes that would play out, and then the attack would actually happen. It's so good. They did a wow banger job with this. Yeah, Terra equals best girl. Well, we got to see her moves.
Now let's keep this up.
And of course, victory fanfare. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
I need to get stronger. Lid's attractiveness.
Yeah, I'm gonna link the video after this, Yamato. I got you, bro.
Ooh, looking good. Can't put a price on power.
This looks so good. Wait, we got another boss battle? Oh, there's more? Oh, fuck. Let's go. Is it Ramu? It's Ramu. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's go. Hey, look, Tiger King, no voice acting. He should be happy. Is this game good? It sure looks fucking good. it's so sad that this game, I mean, it's really not sad because again, like I think they're called Team Asano, like the video games that they make, like Octopath Traveler and whatnot. Love those games. Fantastic. I like this style. It's so sad though that video games like this with fairly simplistic presentations. I mean, listen, even though it's like HD 2D, it's still like a lot of detail, right? Animations are strong. The graphics are pretty nice for what they are. But again, it just proves that it's not about realism. It's not about realistic graphics. Like, I know realistic graphics tend to be something that draws in a lot of the normie viewers that maybe aren't like too hardcore into, you know, the franchise or whatever. But something as simple as this has me more excited than 16 ever did. Even though 16 wasn't a bad game, I just wasn't like that excited or that into it. Same thing with 15. Like 15, especially after it was in development hell. This game has me more excited to play a Final Fantasy than anything that I could think of in recent memory outside of Final Fantasy 14 expansions. You know, like I think the last time I was super excited to play something Final Fantasy related was Endwalker and Shadowbringers. Endwalker and Shadowbringers were my two favorite expansions in 14. That was the last time like I was like super excited, you know. Yeah, but it's crazy, man. Like this presentation is great. You could give me a fucking long ass video game just like this. I'll be more than happy. You know? Anyway, let's continue. I didn't realize there was gonna be more boss battles. I will not say no. Yo, Alucard, thank you for the raid, bro. You can't hear me? I said, Alucard, thank you for the raid, bro. There you go. Fight him. Fight him.
Give me the strength to protect my
This is not
friends.
good. This'll get them.
Wow, you just straight up missed.
Leave it to me. Seriously?
I'm seeing all the right items, all the right spells. Everything is, man. Party system. We have a party system again. Because remember, Final Fantasy 16, they got rid of the party system. So you actually have that now. You actually have teammates. This is fucking amazing.
Here!
My turn. Lend me your strength!
Yeah, I didn't realize they were debuffed from the beginning.
Well then,
I see that now.
hear me, Vision. There, that got
Better
them.
cure this. This is gonna be good. Bingo!
What?
Aim and... I've got you.
I want to see
All right.
Zidane's resonance.
Power of will.
That's what I'm waiting for. I want to see what Zidane does.
My
That was fucking cool.
This'll get them. We have their weakness.
Ouch! I got a dream to fight for.
Damn, she's at 1 HP already? God damn.
This is for you.
Let's see. How about this?
My turn. Leave it to me. Here I go.
Oh, she's back.
Sing us a song, Siren.
What to do? There, that got them.
Now then.
Oh, Ramu's gonna
This is
fuck
the
your shit
one.
up, bro.
Let's see.
My turn.
Uh-oh.
We have the weakness.
Looks like it's my turn. Stop that!
What to do? The power of wills. Over here, Flawnhead.
What should I do? I've got you.
Nice.
Well then, hear me, Vision. There, that got
I'm
them.
ready and then some.
Do a limit burst. Let's go.
Let's do this thing. March of the Machines. Break a leg.
Bro.
My turn.
I'm sorry, man. This game looks unbelievable. It really does. They did, like, visually speaking, animation wise, everything, like it looks and plays exactly like a Final Fantasy should play.
Here I go.
We're almost done.
Let's go, everyone.
Let's get them. Keep the flow going.
We got something special for you. This is the power
Oh shit.
hidden within me.
No, not the bisexual lighting.
Revive. That should do it.
Damn, she did a lot of damage. Holy
Now's
shit.
our chance. No.
Sorry, not sorry.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Holy shit.
My turn. Your will is my power. That seems effective.
And I'm not down yet.
We've seen everybody's moves except for Zidane. We've seen Warrior of Light, Terra, Cloud. We got to see Zidane.
There. Let's see.
They're probably saving it for the end.
I will protect you all.
Let's see. Have some.
Not over yet.
Aim and I got a dream to fight for. Got him good.
Well then. We have the weakness.
My turn. Leave it to me.
My turn. How about this?
What to do? Bingo! What should I do?
what to do. That seems effective.
All right. Where do you think you're going?
Here I go. This'll get them. There, that got
Now
them.
then. Bonus time! My
Oh,
turn. We can do this! Whoosh!
My turn. Piling on the attack.
Come on, guys! All out attack!
No holding back.
Time for another blow.
Now's our chance.
I have it.
Now,
Use the Dane. Come on. No, bro. Oh, come on. Come on. We already saw the Warrior of Light. Why the fuck are we not? What a bitch.
光は我らと共にある。走れ光よ。
I'm nerd raging right now. I'm nerd raging right now.
well, let's keep moving.
Damn you.
I need to...
Visions. Gained a new
A real JRPG with all the stats, all the spells, all the everything. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Fuck you, Rabu. That's a lot of stats. It is. It is a lot of stats. I love it. No, this was awesome, man. I'm excited for this game. This is probably like, if you guys remember how excited I was for Expedition 33 when that was first showcased, and I said that was going to be the game, like that was the game. Like I had a feeling. Same thing with this. I think in 2026, this is the game for me personally. Like I'm 100%. I'm ready for this. Excited for this. I can't wait to see it. And like I said, hopefully they do take out all like the mobile shit, which I'm sure they will, because you know they're not gonna. Hopefully they take out all the mobile shit and they deliver a pretty decent story with all the gameplay of turn-based Final Fantasy combat and world exploration too. Like I don't know how the world exploration is. I think there's a mini map. Not a mini map. I'm sorry, a world map. Pretty sure. Gonna Griffcast a JRPG. Absolutely. Gaming Wolf says it's also on Steam. I know. I gotta wishlist it. But yeah, this looks awesome, man. I'm so excited for this. I'm sure IGN's gonna give this thing like a fucking 7 or something like that. I'm sure it's gonna be like a 7. But no, I'm excited, man. I really am. So we'll follow up with this. If there's anything else that comes from Final Fantasy Resonance, we'll obviously check it out. But that's the gameplay showcase that they had for it, and I think it looks pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Okay, let me X
Why
this
are you
out.
gay? Why
What?
are you so early?
What?
Square needs an offline near replicant.
I am
At
early.
Mage Wolf celebrates 7 months of membership. Bricked.
I am bricked. Yes, absolutely. Space Monkey, thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Panthera, I'm early because, well, I have things that I have to do at the normal time that kind of fell onto my lap at the last second. So we're just going to do the stream early. I didn't feel like calling out again. I mean, I could have. I definitely could have called out again, but I didn't feel like doing that. So that's why we are early, because I'm trying to give a stream instead of no stream. You know what I'm saying? 510 too much strategy. I know.
PNC Ace.
I know.
Then I recommend looking into the drama with Synapse Chronicles.
Synapse
It
Chronicles.
seems
What's
that
that?
a criminal has sent false flag and has taken down the game from Steam.
What? What? Synapse Chronicles? What the fuck? I gotta look into that. Synapse Chronicles. They've taken the game down from Steam. Interesting. Well, thank you, Wukong. I appreciate you letting me know that. Scrap Gamer, thank you for the 10. Rumble, we don't have anything on Rumble, so we can continue forward. We also have another gameplay showcase that we're going to look at today. A lot of gameplay showcases, boys. We're going to be taking a look at Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. That's right, boys. We got a Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis gameplay, semi-gameplay video. It's more like a breakdown, showcasing things that are in the game and how the gameplay kind of plays out. And I saw some clips of this going around on social media, and the clips that I saw made it look a little bit more, I'm not saying Souls-like, but like actiony in a way, like, you know, the importance of dodge and like there's slow-mo, bullet time, all that shit. Like, pretty interesting stuff. Let's check it out and see what we got to see about this game.
Gotta say, you captured your good side.
You know what Tomb Raider is. Chances are you've played one of Lara Croft's many adventures, or at least one of the cinematic action adventures that her original 1996 expedition inspired, whether that be the Uncharted, Horizon, or Star Wars Jedi series. But now it's time to go all the way.
Wait, Star Wars Jedi series? Star Wars Jedi series? I didn't know that. Is that true? No, Lara Croft inspired the Star Wars Jedi series. What do we really? I didn't know that. I thought that game was more so inspired by like Souls-esque style gameplay, Jedi Fallen Order. Really interesting. Okay, that's curious. I didn't know that.
Way back, as Legacy of Atlantis takes us full circle in a reimagining of the story that kickstarted an entire genre. We recently had the opportunity to play through its short water puzzle, cartwheel and dinosaur shootout filled demo, which certainly felt familiar, albeit with a gorgeous new lick of paint and more modern tweaks sprinkled in.
This mechanism looks like the waterfall regulator, but clearly it's not working.
It was fun, and we were left intrigued to see how deep this merging of an old story told using a new box of tricks will go when the full game releases next February.
Keep in mind, this is the video game that journalists are currently trying to attack for AI usage. Just keep that in mind. I find it pretty damn funny because they're over here showcasing this game and they're talking about this game and they're getting first previews and all this stuff. Meanwhile, they're also shitting on the game and saying that, well, it's AI slop. It's got an AI disclosure on Steam and all that stuff. Pretty interesting stuff.
30 years is a long time, especially in the rapidly evolving world of video games, and if you've picked up a controller and attempted to play the original Tomb Raider recently, nothing emphasizes that like how Lara Croft controls. Stiff and heavy, with your thumbs the victim of her sluggish turning circle, Lara's maneuverability resembles that of a transatlantic ocean liner more than an enterprising Atlantis explorer. Thankfully, this remake, co-developed by the series' long-term custodian Crystal Dynamics and newcomer Flying Wild Hog, fixes this. This Lara is light on her feet, with a floaty jump more reminiscent of Princess Peach than Nathan Drake. It takes a little getting used to at first, especially if you've become accustomed to the adhesive-fingered approach that Naughty Dog injected into the action-adventure game, which was the foundation for Tomb Raider's most recent Survivor trilogy.
I do hope that they focus really hard on her acrobatics. You know, if they focus hard on her acrobatics and they make it something where, you know, it really blends into the gameplay very well, and you could combine it with the bullet time effects, the slow motion, and all that shit, I think that will really make it feel more like Lara Croft. I think that's what was missing from the Survivor games, because I liked the Survivor games. I didn't think they were bad at all. But there was elements to Lara Croft that were missing. Now, granted, they were replaced by other elements of Lara Croft, or like elements that they were trying to make for Lara Croft, but ultimately there were just certain things about it that was missing. So hopefully they go back to that attitude. Like, Lara Croft should have an attitude. Quite frankly, she should be a bit of a bitch. So hopefully they go back to that. Probably not completely, but hopefully they do.
We made it, Dad.
This Lara still clings on to some of the old school movement feel of the PS1 original, something that admittedly proved a bit of a struggle during the demo's early moments, but in time we found this freer feeling Lara enjoyable to control, even if her jumps did make us wonder if the Lost Valley in Peru had become some sort of zero-gravity zone. Ultimately, its more old-school influenced approach helps build into the idea that you're truly exploring an environment rather than clambering along a set path. The small area of jungle we were dropped into contained one of the classic cog and water puzzles that Lara has worked her way through dozens of times over the years.
Yeah, this is pretty familiar
Using
stuff.
a full exploration suite of climbing, swimming, and grappling around a miniature sandbox, we went in search of the missing machine components that would unlock the giant gate blocking Lara's progress. Helpful here was the brand new grapple gadget that can be fired.
It's so funny. I don't know if they do it in this video, but I saw a video on Twitter of people comparing like the swimming segments when she's going through the temple, like the swimming segments to the original Lara Croft video games, and just like this stark contrast between the two. It's just it's absolutely insane.
Out of Lara's wrist, Spider-Man style. These are age-old puzzles design-wise, but made modern by smart additions like this grapple. Tweaks such as these really display Legacy of Atlantis' desire to be more than just a remake, borrowing from the likes of Crystal Dynamics' more recent trilogy and how it approaches Lara's toolkit.
Decoration or spare part?
A further addition is the number of collectibles littered throughout the world and the ability to survey the environment in search of the secrets using Lara's scanner. From what we can tell, Legacy of Atlantis is still a largely linear adventure, but venturing off the main path will reward you with all sorts of treasures, whether they be documents that build out the lore of an ancient civilization, or objects that grant Lara extra skill points. Unfortunately, the skill tree menu was locked off to us in the demo, so we can't tell exactly how we'll be able to tweak her abilities, but it...
Yeah, Future Ambient, I agree. I've always said that Legacy Atlantis looks pretty good. The second one, I'm not so sure about, but we haven't seen too much about that, so I'm reserving my judgment for a little bit more. But Legacy of Atlantis always looked fairly good. And again, they're talking about returning to more acrobatic Laura. And the bullet time thing, I didn't even realize was a thing until I saw it in this trailer, which you're going to see in a minute or so. So that could be cool as long as it's not overused in a very cringe way. It could be pretty cool.
Its mere existence is again a sign of newfound depth, and that all makes sense because although Legacy of Atlantis is a retelling of the British adventurer's first story, it's actually part of the same universe now as the prequel trilogy that ran between 2013 and 2018.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me now.
This isn't her first rodeo, and she boasts the skills to show for it. This is best displayed in combat, of which we got a tiny taste after stepping through the huge doorway opened up by the aforementioned cog-finding problem solving. It was on the other side that we were welcomed by a gang of hungry velociraptors, a far more vicious resident of Peru than Paddington Bear. That's probably for the best though, because the thought of unleashing multiple rounds into one of Britain's most adorable imports would have probably...
It's so funny, that dodge that she has, I don't know if I can replay it really quick. This dodge that she has is nearly identical, if not probably identical to Hinako from Silent Hill F. That quick, like, fucking inhuman dodge that they have sometimes for these characters is like, bro, what kind of person do you know dodges like that? It just it's so reminiscent. It reminds me of that. It's nearly identical with Hinako. But regardless, it's still whatever.
Into one of Britain's most adorable imports.
I mean, to be fair, the fucking woman does bullet time, so like, you know, we're not exactly going for realism here.
Probably led to a lot of crying. Thankfully, then, it was the job of one of Britain's most deadly exports to take on these prehistoric menaces instead, dodging, cartwheeling, and backflipping out of the way of their deadly lunges. Get enough room between them and you'll be able to fire those iconic double pistols that handily come complete with unlimited ammo. The shooting felt snappy and responsive, but really came alive once another new skill up Lara's non-existent sleeves was introduced, the focus system. Look, we don't have that much footage, so I'm just going to show you all that again, right? Performing well-timed acrobatics during combat and evading enemies at the right time builds up the focus meter, filling up charges that can be used with a quick press of the right bumper. Upon doing so, she stylishly spins into the air and enters bullet time, allowing you to unload full magazines into enemies as they practically freeze in the line of fire. It's a great addition to the action, further bringing these classic fights into the modern age while giving Lara a welcome edge in encounters. We're intrigued to see if more powerful uses of these...
He was literally shooting in the fucking trees, bro. Like, Where are you shooting, bro?
Focus changes await deeper in the game, perhaps where they could be used in a similar way to how Sucker Punch's Ghost series grants you devastating attacks and abilities at the cost of using more than one circle of energy.
Damn, notice how he showed footage from Ghost of Tsushima and not Ghost of Antifa? I'm just saying.
Before we could experiment too much with Tomb Raider's own take on gun fu, a rude interruption was made as one of the series' most iconic moments took over the scene. Into the arena stepped a towering T-Rex, which made both Lara and her previous foes flee the scene with haste. We're having to use footage from Anniversary to illustrate this because we weren't given B-roll of the new T-Rex segment, but we can say the sequence has undergone a complete facelift, translating the primitive capabilities of the original PlayStation into something entirely more cinematic. Rather than a simple shooting affair, the scene now begins with a playable chase down a treacherous jungle pathway as Lara slides, swings, and clambers to escape its sharp-toothed maw. There's a great sense of peril in the cinematography and effective use of slow motion as Lara slides between the dinosaur's legs, mirrored.
Yeah, Iron Pigeon, I would agree with that. Like, hopefully it's not all just scripted fucking QTE nonsense. I don't really think it's going to be. I think that it will be fairly, gameplay focused, but you never know these days.
By a great sense of muddled bewilderment and desperation in the voice of Alex Wilton Reagan, the latest actor to pick up the dual pistols. And partway through this attempted escape is where our time with Legacy of Atlantis ended, as Lara plunged into a river, her rope bridge escape route destroyed by the T-Rex. This cliffhanger concluded a short but varied look at what this latest reboot of Tomb Raider has to offer, and so far it feels like all the necessary ingredients are there. At its core, the design attempts to blend the classic feel of Lara Croft's movement with a more modern approach to combat and exploration.
This figure they're worshipping, could it be Qualipeg?
What more could you ask for? We're looking forward to see how all that comes together when Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis arrives on February 12th, 2027 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. You could play it in the Peruvian jungles, imagine that. For more on Tomb Raider...
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I mean, again, overall, I never thought this game looked bad, personally. I thought it looked all right. Obviously, you got to wait until you get it in your hands and actually play through the game, because these kind of games, they really sell themselves on the exploration and the actual combat gameplay and whatnot. So it depends on how good the exploration is, how rewarding it actually feels, and how fun the combat actually is, especially with the bullet time mechanics and the acrobatics and stuff, like all that stuff, that super flashy shit. It all kind of comes together. Now she's got like a Hinako dodge as well. So I don't know. Again, I think it looks fine. I think, playing it on a Switch at 5 FPS, I don't really know about that. But I think it looks fine for what it is ultimately. And I'm sure it's actually going to be a pretty decent game. It's the other Tomb Raider that I'm a little bit more concerned about. This one I feel like is being done fairly properly. But, obviously we're not going to know until we get our hands on it and check it out. But I think this one is going to be a good one. I really do. I think it's going to be good. All right, boys. Let's finish that up. Let me resume the TTS really quick. Let me check Rumble. Rumble, we good? I think we're good on Rumble. Okay. Let me X out of this, guys. Where is it at? I want to cover this crazy story that's going on with From Software. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have you guys seen what's happening with From Software? It's pretty insane. Let me show it to you really quick. Hold on. Let me pause the TTS. So, guys, check this out. From Software has a bit of an issue. Okay? A bit of an issue. It seems as if their connections with Bandai Namco is being questioned by their shareholders, which is very interesting. It's not often you see something like this, but, it's happening, and it's happening to a company that I actually like, so I'm curious to see what's going on here. But apparently the shareholders are trying to bully From Software into essentially abandoning Bandai Namco. They said that we think the current arrangements with the game publishers like Bandai Namco and Activision by the way, are no longer good deals for the company. Now, I don't know if this is profit driven or if this is just like reach driven. I'm not sure, but let's get into it. So there is an activist investor takeover bid going on right now at Kadokawa, parent company of Elden Ring and Dark Souls maker From Software. And From Software specifically is playing a big role in this investor's pitch. They're sick of giving sacks of money to Bandai Namco, and they want to see From Software publish its own games. Now, I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, right? I feel like From Software has gotten to the point, and they probably feel the same way, right? The investors probably feel the same way. I think that From Software has gotten to the point where they are so recognizable that removing Bandai Namco as a publisher and self-publishing is not necessarily a bad idea. I think they are definitely capable of doing so and still being easily recognizable and also selling, just as well as they do, if not more, obviously. But there's a lot more that goes into it other than just, hey, we're the publisher. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if From Software has the structure or the capability to actually do it in-house. I'm sure these shareholders will probably say, hey, invest this XYZ amount of money and build it in-house so that you don't have to pay these publishers, which I get it, but you can clearly see that this is definitely about trying to get more money in the pockets of the investors. But in any case, this comes from a presentation given by Oasis Management, which we've talked about Oasis Management before. I believe they're usually like Oasis Management, if I'm not mistaken, they have a lot of investments in a lot of different gaming studios. They're always starting some shit, right? They are literally always starting some shit. So I'm not surprised. But anyway, they're an activist investor that has recently begun a bid to oust Kadokawa CEO Takeshi Natsuno on the basis that he has allegedly mismanaged the company. Oasis offers a number of reasons that it believes this to be true. But per a presentation given to investors last month, one of its major points is that under Natsuno's leadership, From Software is leaving huge amounts of money on the table by letting Bandai Namco and others publish games like Elden Ring. The deck highlights the incredible success of Elden Ring, which was published by From Software in Japan, but Bandai Namco overseas. According to the presentation, over 90% of Elden Ring sales were generated overseas. That's actually kind of insane. I didn't realize that it was, I figured Elden Ring was fairly popular, across the pond, but I didn't realize that 90%, estimated 90% of the sales were from, essentially not Japan. That's pretty fucking insane, actually. Not surprising, but pretty insane. So anyway, they said that the 90% of the sales were generated overseas, and that as a result, Kadokawa benefited little from the game's global success. Oasis' argument is that Kadokawa has grown as a company in both headcount and capabilities, and the shift in gaming to increase digital distribution has made it easier than ever to self-publish. Okay, so they kind of have the same mindset that I have, where it's like, I don't understand if From Software actually has the capability to do this, right? In their minds, they think that, I guess they do, or at least they have the means to be able to build that level of distribution so that they can handle the publishing in-house, I suppose. Yeah, they are correct that digital sales are dominant, especially outside of Japan. In Japan, digital sales are not quite dominant yet. It's physical media still, but in terms of everywhere else, digital sales are definitely dominant. So it is easier to self-publish. We see a lot of indie developers do self-publishing themselves, so I'm sure if they could do it, From Software could do it, but maybe they just don't want to do it. Maybe they're just happy being the way that they are. But see, the problem is that when you have investors and you have large investors like Oasis, it gets to a point where their concerns matter more than yours. But anyway, so it says the shift in gaming to digital distribution has made it easier. And as Oasis points out, it's been suggesting self-publishing to Kadokawa since as far back as 2020. And self-publishing games has even been a part of Kadokawa's own management plans at one point back in 2023, before later being removed from featured decks. They said under a simplified scenario analysis, if From Software were to produce another hit title comparable to Elden Ring, with sales exceeding 30 million units, the absence of self-publishing will once again result in substantial economic value being left with external publishing partners rather than Kadokawa shareholders, Oasis writes. So that's okay, so this is literally what I said in the beginning. This is all about increasing the money that goes into shareholders' pockets, right? This is all about doing that. because they realized, or I should say Elden Ring made them realize that they have the potential to sell massive numbers, and now they want to keep more for themselves by self-publishing. Yeah, it is greed in a way. It definitely is greed in a way, but they want the bag, right? It's pretty. This is the market conditions. Yeah, yeah. This is the market conditions. Yeah, exactly. It would admittedly be a little tricky from From Software to self-publish everything, even if they wanted to. While it officially owns the Elden Ring trademark fully and thus could self-publish an Elden Ring 2, it does not own Dark Souls, Demon Souls, or Bloodborne. Any future games in any of those franchises would need to be negotiated with Bandai Namco in the first case, or Sony in the second and the third, who might be reluctant to give up publishing rights, though perhaps that's Oasis's point here. From Software isn't exactly in control of the things making it money, and that's a major issue for the company's future, or at least for the wallets of its shareholders. I'm telling you, bro, they're not going to give this shit. Like Bandai Namco, you think they're going to give up fucking Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne? You think that's going to happen? Get the fuck out of here. Or any of that? Or Sony for that matter? You think Sony's going to give that up? No, obviously not. This is very interesting. Then again, From Software's next title, The Dustbloods, is fully owned by From Software, including the publishing rights. This might indicate that Natsuno is starting to move into a self-publishing direction anyway. It takes time to develop a game after all. Elden Ring was first revealed in 2019 with a deal already in place with Bandai Namco, a year before Oasis sent his letter about self-publishing. From Software couldn't very well have dumped its deal at that stage, even if it wanted to. Also, Natsuno wasn't even CEO until 21, well after these deals were already signed. So, I'm curious. If Dustbloods is going to be their first ever self-published, and if this is going to be the beginning of the self-publishing arc for From Software. I mean, listen, I will say what I said in the beginning. I think that From Software is more than big enough to be able to handle it themselves. I think that From Software is more than big enough to be able to be recognized without any tie to, Bandai Namco or Sony. I think they are more than fine. And if they market in the same exact way, I think they will sell the same amount of video games, if not more, without having to spend the money on these publishers, right? After a certain point, you gotta wonder if you're kind of just wasting money. And as crazy as it may sound, sound right now with the investors, I actually kind of agree with them. I think that they are well into like their growth as a company, that they can pull this off and not be hindered in any way outside of having to set things up initially and then let it rock from there. I think the only concern they have to actually figure out is the physical distribution. That's what they got to figure out. How are you going to physically distribute these games? Do you have the means to be able to do so? Doing it digitally, fine, that's easy. But doing it physically, that's a whole nother story. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, ironically, I can't argue with the shareholders, man. I actually agree with them on this scenario, which is crazy because normally I don't. But in this scenario, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Iron says, if you could pay to develop your own game, what's the point of a publisher in the age of digital storefronts? Well, that's the thing. That's exactly what they're saying. They're saying that because they know that most video game sales are digitally, outside of Japan, of course, but like that's most of the world, right? So most video game sales are digital, and it's only going to keep getting higher and higher as time goes on. So if it keeps getting higher and higher, that means self-publishing keeps getting easier and easier to attain. So yeah, I could definitely see it happen for sure. I definitely could see it happen. Not limited run games. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about limited run games. Anyway, so Dustbloods, depending on the success of Dustbloods, but again, that's kind of a little bit interesting because Dustbloods is going on a platform that most From Software players are not used to playing Souls games on, right? Because there was no Souls games, but now you have Elden Ring that's on the Nintendo Switch, and then you're going to have Dustbloods that's going out on the Nintendo Switch. So From Software games are going to make their presence known on the Switch. Whether they're bought in mass, we don't know, but, as time goes on, we'll figure that out. But I think they're going to slowly but surely, kind of establish themselves on the Switch. But I think in terms of initial sales, it's not going to be big enough to say this is going to be a guaranteed self-publishing win, if that makes sense. Now, if they were self-publishing, let's say, like the article said, Elden Ring 2, and that was going everywhere, I think you're going to realize that From Software will be perfectly fine on their own. But, with the Nintendo Switch, it's a little bit more isolated, so I don't think the numbers are going to support that. Not right off the bat anyway, but we'll see how that goes. We'll kind of follow up on this story from there. But that's interesting. I didn't even realize Oasis was heavily invested in From Software, but then again, I'm not surprised. All right, let's continue. let me see. We got another story. Let's cover this. This is pretty fucking funny. Fast topic really quick, guys. Marathon is doing so poorly with their season 2. So many things have been going wrong with season 2 that now apparently they have been forced to disable Cryo Archive, brother. That's terrible. That's terrible. Did you already cover Final Fantasy Resonance? I did at the beginning of the stream. Go check it out, Weekend Warrior. I appreciate you. They had the big, remember how Cryo Archive was supposed to be like the big content that was going to save Marathon, and they didn't want journalists to review Marathon until Cryo Archive came out? Like, they were basically begging journalists to wait at least a month before reviewing their game. It's fucking unheard of. Only Bungie can do this shit, apparently. Everybody else gets their games reviewed on day 1 or before day 1. But Bungie's like, hey, give us a month, please, guys. We need a month, maybe a month and a half. If you could give us, you know, it's fucking gay. Anyway, so Cryo Archive is supposed to be this big thing, right? And they added it into the game, and people have been, it really didn't make a difference. If anything, the game continued to die even after the fact. And now their endgame Cryo Archive had to be disabled because players discovered a bug in the game and in the actual Cryo Archive that is blocking revives from happening. Bro, what are we doing, Bungie? What are we doing? You guys chose this game over Destiny. You're currently getting shit on nonstop, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen Destiny 2's numbers. Crazy. I don't know if it's still crazy now, but I know it shot up well over 100,000 concurrent players. It's insane. But Bungie chose Marathon, and even though they chose Marathon and all their resources are now going into Marathon, they still can't get shit right. They still got game-breaking bugs. It's fucking insane, man. This is why I keep telling people, when it comes to Bungie, there are so many other issues that are affecting this company that, you know, if you want to say it trickles down from ideology, I guess you can. That's fine. But ultimately, there are so many other issues. I put them in the same boat as Bethesda, where even if the company theoretically could be, even if the company could theoretically do greatness, they don't, because they're fucking shit. Like, that's really it. Like, the idea behind Bethesda is that their game worlds are so massive that the possibilities are endless. The problem is that the possibilities are only realized by modders that actually give a shit about the fucking game, because Bethesda themselves tend to release these games in such broken garbage messes that they have to wait for modders to fix the game for them, and then they'll pretend like they're the ones that did it. And then they'll end up breaking the mods that actually fixed the game in the first place. It's the same thing with Bungie. Bungie's known for, obviously, their history with certain video games and Halo and whatnot. But none of that means a fucking thing if you're out here acting just as retarded as Bethesda. If this game is your everything, you can't be having game-breaking bugs like this. It's just not, it's not acceptable. It's not. And in terms of the numbers, I mean, I'm curious. I haven't checked. I know Marathon went up because of the free weekend. I know that. I also know Destiny also went up. We could check it right now. Bro, this new profile picture they got from Marathon is so ugly. Brother, where did everybody go? Holy shit, boys. It went up to 40,000 on the free weekend, and most people said, yeah, no, I'm good. Bro, it's already dropped to 15,000 again? Is the free weekend over? It is, right? They got this shit on sale for 30% off. And you're still, bro. They were hovering at like 11,000 before this free weekend. So they managed to gain like 4,000 concurrent players, but it's going down, down, down. They were at 10,921 before the free weekend, and then the free week came, not the free weekend, I'm sorry, the free week. 40,600, and then just complete. Wow, man. Wow. In terms of let's see, Destiny, brother.
Holy shit!
What do you even say to this? What do you even say to this? That is fucking crazy. isn't it? Now, again, keep in mind a couple of things, right? Marathon's not free, right? Marathon costs money. Now, granted, it costs like $27 now, but still. I saw somebody in the chat say Cater re-downloaded it. Well, it's okay. He's a little bit special. He's a little retarded. But at the end of the day, even when Marathon was free, Marathon being free capped out at 40,000. They didn't even get to their initial number of 80 some odd thousand players. They didn't even get to that number. They only, being free, managed to get them to half of their initial number that they reached before the game was free. Like when the game wasn't free. So more people wanted to try it out when it wasn't free versus when it was free because they all know it's shit. To the majority of people. Now, I'm not, obviously there are people out there that do enjoy Marathon and by all means keep enjoying it, but it's looking a little sus right now. And I mean, the health is there. Like, I can understand if Destiny gets a strong number for a day or two, but the health is there. You see the dip. We are 4 days strong. It's got a nice little heartbeat going. Those almost 128,000. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Valiant, right? So these people could have played Marathon instead of playing Destiny because Marathon was free, just like Destiny's free. I think they made the wrong choice. I really do. And I don't think this is going to make them change their mind because once they double down on this kind of stuff, they're not going to really, like, I don't really think they're going to change their mind. But I think it's safe to say that they made the wrong decision. I really do. They could have focused on trying to figure out ways to make Destiny more fun, more entertaining, to make it so entertaining that people would want to participate in the store and buy microtransactions and help support the game or whatever. They clearly, I feel like they clearly made the wrong decision. And they backed the wrong horse. And at this point, like, if you're a Marathon diehard player and if you're talking shit on Destiny, what do you say to this? Like, how do you talk shit back when the numbers look like this? Like, how do you talk shit back when there's over 100,000 players playing the other game? Like, how do you talk shit back? Oh, Cater re-downloaded Destiny? Okay, so he's not retarded. Okay, I take that back. Actually, he really likes feet. All right, he's a little retarded. That's besides the point. How do you fight this? You don't fight this, right? I'm actually curious. I want to check the forums. I'm curious what the Marathon players are saying, if anything, because they talk so much shit. I'm curious to see what's going on in the forums. So let's see. Let's check the forums. The Steam forums are always a good time. Can someone tell me why everyone is so salty here? Let me guess, no reason, right? If the game is bad, don't play it. You better be careful what you wish for, my man. You better be careful. Haters are way too invested. Well, that's because you guys advocated for the death of Destiny, so I think it's okay for them to be a little bit invested in making sure that you guys have the worst possible time playing this game. Let's see what he has to say. In my opinion, many of you haters are way too invested. Months spent posting on the forum for a game you have no interest in playing. Over 50 pages of post history. Y'all love stating all the numerical facts, quickly juxtaposed by your behavior protesting on the community hub all the time. Season 1 was dope. Had a ton of fun playing and got more than my money's worth with a shooter that grabbed my attention in just the right way. I came, I saw, I conquered. I'm probably going to play less Season 2. And it looks like that's fine since you level way quicker now. Wait, so you admit that the game... Hold on. You just proved the hater's point. Wait a second. So you're admitting that the video game that requires your consistent playing in order for it to be successful, you just admitted that you've lost interest in the game, essentially, because you're going to be playing less in Season 2 than you were in Season 1. But then that somehow is okay because you level quicker. Brother, this is a live service game. So if you start checking out of the live service game, that's exactly why everybody else is checking out too. Their mindset is similar to yours. And I'm not saying it's an unhealthy mindset. I'm just saying that a lot of you are doing it while also super defending the game as if the game has 100,000 concurrent players, which it doesn't. You just admitted to leaving the game for the most part. And you're trying to say that the haters are overinvested? No, you just help them lose another player for the most part. Time to get to my backlog of games still makes me chuckle when I see y'all so fired up on things that don't matter. It never matters until it matters, right? It never matters until it matters. Isn't that funny? We talk about this all the time when people tell you, oh, why do you talk about things that don't matter? They don't matter to who? To you? Do you run the world? So because something doesn't matter to you, that means that it shouldn't matter to everybody else? Because I'm pretty sure you're the first one to be complaining about something that matters to you. And then if somebody said, well, that doesn't matter, I'm sure you would have a problem with it. It's amazing, bro. People that have this mindset where they're like, well, if it doesn't affect me, then it doesn't exist. That's such bullshit. Just because something doesn't affect you doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Anyway, Destiny 3 would not have made it. These story games had to go, bro. These story games had to go. Is that what we're... Really? These story games had to go. 13K on a Friday evening is crazy low. Destiny is dead. I did not expect me to be typing this. It's a complete turnaround for what I had expected to happen. However, the more I engage with the community, the more information that is revealed about how Marathon was developed. Marathon was funded primarily by Sony, and the revenue generated by Destiny 2 during its lifespan for its development. That's crazy. Wait. So the revenue generated by Destiny 2 paid for the development of Marathon. Ouch, bro. Ouch, man. That's crazy, bro. That's like, dude. I mean, listen, that's not abnormal, right? It's not abnormal, but it still is crazy to hear considering the decisions that we've heard. And not only that, considering the complaints that Destiny 2 players have had for a long time now. Because I've spoken to a lot of Destiny 2 players lately, and a lot of them had similar complaints where they blamed Bungie for the reason why the game died. Because of the removal of content that was initially paid for, on top of the fact that the game just wasn't getting updated in the same manner or the same kind of like consistency or even the same kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Urgency. Like it just wasn't having the same kind of urgency as Marathon once it was revealed. And now come to find out they were taking money from Destiny to put it into Marathon. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. The team that created Destiny 2, we knew has been gradually laid off and leaned down by Sony. Yep, well, we already knew that. The Marathon team has, however, has not, due to it being more recent, so they would not be going anytime soon. Damn, so they fired the Destiny developers too? The Destiny developers and their game are the reason why Marathon even exists and you fired them? That's fucking crazy, bro. Bungie doesn't support multiple games at a time. They focus upon a singular IP until it reaches a point that either is satisfactory or is halted by external factors. Destiny 2 was the latter. How is it the latter? How is it halted by external factors? The only factor was that Bungie decided to pretty much kill the game. They decided to slow production and slow development on that game in order to focus on Marathon. That was their decision. That's not external factors. That's internal factors. They're the reason why it happened. Everything else is a symptom of the disease that is Bungie. You know? Destiny evidently isn't possible unless a drastic change occurs. There won't be a public statement for God knows how long regarding the possibility of Destiny 3. You know what's funny? So there is a rumor going around on social media right now. It's not verified, okay? It's not verified, which is why I didn't want to like make it into a story. But I'm looking into it. But there is a rumor going around of content creators that are getting the next round of sponsorships from Bungie to play Marathon, right? So be on the lookout for content creators with hashtag ad in their descriptions, because then you'll know they were paid by Bungie. But there's rumors going around. Take this with a massive grain of salt right now. There's rumors going around that these new deals that are being made with content creators, one of the stipulations is that they cannot, under any circumstances, talk about a Destiny 3. Like part of the do's and don'ts of what you can and cannot say. One of them is you cannot talk about a Destiny 3. You cannot even try not to acknowledge it, basically, as minimal as possible. So if the rumor is to be believed, even Bungie is trying to silence the dissent surrounding Destiny and Destiny 3.
I
which is
want
pretty
SE to
fucking
make
hilarious.
more of their mobile games into single-player games. They did a good with Octopath
True.
Zero now with FF Resonance. Do
Yeah.
KH Union Cross next.
Patrick, that'd be awesome, bro. Thank you for the 5. That would definitely be cool. But yeah, so they're very desperate. They're very desperate to silence that kind of discussion around Destiny. They're very, very desperate. So I don't know. Again, we don't know if it's true. We're gonna wait. It could be fake for all we know, but that's the rumor that's going around right now. And Marathon isn't going to simply die. We lack any idea what budget and revenue Bungie had at their disposal. If you think that Marathon was made for less than a couple of $100 million, you're insane. Especially since they had to delay the game for so long.
Since when do you start early?
Since I have things I have to do at my normal time. If you think that this game costs less than a couple $100 million, this game had to be delayed for almost a year, right? For almost a year, it had to be delayed. That alone would make it have an insane amount of budget added to it. Just remember when Ubisoft delayed Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft delayed it for like 4 months. You know what they spent in that 4 months? Over 30 million euro. 30 million euro in 4 months' time. Or like 27 million, something like that. I know it was something like that. But let's just round up. Almost 30 million euro. It's insane. And that's for 4 months. Oh my God, this guy. Look at this. Chewbacca, of course. Chewbacca, of course. Yeah, exactly, Joker. That year alone was going to be 80 to like 100 million. I don't think 100 million, but that almost year would probably be 60 to 80 million, considering it's Sony and they spend money out the fucking ass, right? So I'm not surprised. Let me see something. Bungie's existing fan base in Marathon, 5K players. What's the plan to save Marathon down to 7K players? They're posting. It's so funny. They're posting the Steam numbers nonstop because it pisses them off. Like the Marathon players, they cannot stand constantly seeing the Steam numbers. It pisses them off, and they constantly come up with excuses as to why the numbers are so low. But you cannot deny what is happening, which is Marathon free-to-play weekend did not save the game. The Marathon free-to-play weekend, yeah, it might have got them a little bit more sales, but ultimately your concurrent number is still super low. And that concurrent number is not enough to sustain the massive team that is on Marathon. That, by the way, is now completely dedicated to Marathon. Right? It's not like this team is being split between Destiny and Marathon. Now it's a dedicated team on Marathon. So now that video game has to pay the salaries of every single developer that's on this game, which is a lot. Otherwise, what's ultimately going to happen, the team is going to be downsized, right? Layoffs are going to come. Firings are going to come. It's only a matter of time. So we'll follow up on this story and see what happens. But again, I just found this to be extremely fucking interesting. Extremely interesting. All right, last topic. Let's go over the last topic. I don't see any supers on Rumble. Everything got read on YouTube. Let me pause the TTS for this one. We're going to go into the last topic, boys. About Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry, not Final Fantasy VII specifically, but about what the director said from Final Fantasy VII Revelation. It's a very interesting topic. I want to talk about it. All right, boys. I want to go over the discussion that is started from the Final Fantasy VII Revelation director that decided to make a little bit of a statement regarding streamers, which I find to be very interesting. So you guys know how I feel about Square Enix. And honestly, Square Enix as a company is one of the worst by far lately. They have made some really, really, really bad decisions in the last, let's say, 3 to 5 years or so. It obviously goes further than that, but I'm like really harping on the last 3 to 5 years. They've made some really bad business decisions that have resulted in them losing an ungodly amount of money and making them be in the essential danger zone as a company. Well, there's one particular comment from Hamaguchi that I want to go over, and that particular comment is apparently how he has said that watching streamers is a crisis for RPGs that don't offer enough choice. Now, I find that to be extremely interesting, right? Because one of the things that we have complained about in recent memory is about how Final Fantasy video games have essentially pivoted away from what they used to be and have become essentially action video game linear, semi-linear experiences. That's it's essentially what they've become. And I don't know if he's referencing his own games. We're going to go into the statement in a second. But I think a lot of this has to do with a little bit of coping, right? I think there is some coping happening here because they haven't been selling nowhere near as much as they need to be, right? Final Fantasy 16 sold terribly, even though, you know, it passed, I think, a couple of million sales. Final Fantasy 7 Remake, the first one sold pretty decent. The second one sold terribly. Terribly. I don't even think it got half to the first one, right? Because the bait and switch only works one time, right? So you could bait people into buying the game thinking they're going to get X, but when they get Y, it's not going to work a second time, and it's not going to work a third time, right? It's only going to work on the same people they want it to work on them. Otherwise, the bait and switch is only going to work one time. So Final Fantasy 7 Remake, the first video game, sold fairly well. And then Rebirth, not so much. And then, obviously, Revelation, I don't think it's going to be that much either. So let's get into this and let's have a discussion and see what he actually had to say really quick. So it says that one of those developers is Hamaguchi, the director of Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy. He recently talked about the special threat that streaming can pose to certain games in an interview following the reveal of Final Fantasy VII Revelation at Summer Games Fest last week. One thing RPGs like Final Fantasy need to be careful about today is the possibility that people might simply watch a stream and feel satisfied without ever playing the game themselves. Now, keep in mind, Square Enix as a company has been going after streamers lately. Okay? They've been going after streamers lately. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. They've been launching lawsuits and shit. It's been insane. They're essentially going after them for supposed like harassment and stuff. So they've been targeting streamers. I'm not surprised that they have this in-house idea regarding streamers where they just don't like them, right? Or they just don't like the idea of what streamers provide to the ecosystem in gaming, right? I'm not really that surprised by that. But apparently they believe that people will feel satisfied by just watching someone play the game. That's only true if it's a video game that people have no plans to play themselves. I know that for a fact, right? If they don't have plans to play the game themselves, then yeah, they're going to feel satisfied watching people stream the game. But there are so many people that will come into my streams and they'll be like, hey, I'm just dropping by to like the stream. I can't stay because I plan to play this game myself. It happens all the time, right? Especially with super popular video games. It happened with Expedition 33. Expedition 33, outside of the first stream, every other stream had record low viewership because most people wanted to tune out. They didn't actually want to watch because they were going to play the game themselves, right? So I think it's a little copy, right? It's definitely coping a little bit to say that, you know, people will feel satisfied watching the game. That only happens with video games that people generally don't want to play, or perhaps they can't afford to pay for it, you know, upfront on day one. So, you know, they're gonna buy it like 6 months to a year from now. So they'll watch for like the first couple of streams, whatever. You weren't gonna have a sale anyway, right? So to avoid this, he said games need to offer players enough agency and high-stake choices that they aren't content to just sit back and vicariously experience the story through someone else. Hamaguchi continued, if people watch a stream and it makes them think, what would I do in that situation? Or how would I experiment with that? Then hopefully they'll be inspired to try it themselves. I think that really what it comes down to is I think these guys generally just don't understand the streaming culture. I think they don't understand why streamers are as popular as they are now when compared to journos, right? Because with journalists, they can curate the experience, right? With journalists, you don't have to worry about an entire playthrough being shown because they're not going to play the game, really. With journalists, they can give them footage, they could give them screenshots, and then the journos will like have an editor go through it and try to make a video out of it or make an article out of it. Like that's what they do. They can curate it. They can control it. With the streamers, they can't control it. The moment that person buys the game and they stream the game, that's it. You really can't control it. Square Enix tried to. I don't know if you guys remember with Dragon Quest HD 2D Remake. You guys remember that situation? Square Enix literally said that they will copyright strike you if you stream the game for, in early access. Basically, they're like, we don't want it spoiled. We don't want the ending spoiled. So if you stream the game, we're going to copyright strike you. Like they threaten all kinds of shit to try to control streamers. That's really what it is. For them, this is about money, and they want the sales, and they are trying to figure out why the sales are not coming, right? They're trying to figure out why the sales are not happening. And they don't want to admit the truth as to why these sales are not reaching the numbers that they should be reaching. And that has to do with the experience being delivered, right? The fact that Final Fantasy is not where it needs to be. Although we just reacted to Final Fantasy Resonance, and I'm fucking bricked because it's like Team Asano understands what makes a Final Fantasy video game Final Fantasy. Apparently, these guys don't. The ones that are doing the mainline video games, you need to replace them with Asano and let them do a mainline video game and see what they're capable of doing, right? So I think it's pretty damn funny. And again, I understand what he's trying to say, but the truth is that his video games, outside of the Final Fantasy VII remakes, the mainline video games are not offering that level of, like, I don't know, things to do, I suppose. So I found that to be pretty damn interesting. And also, coupled with the fact that they're still gaslighting people, guys, and this is where I'm going to end this particular portion. They are literally still gaslighting people and telling them that Final Fantasy VII Revelation is going to remain true to the original 1997 JRPG. And then they followed up and they say, even if the story order might be shifted up a bit, Square Enix did make some adjustments, said Hamaguchi. You know, how are we 2 video games in? 2 video games that have provably changed the story and created something that is a multiversal Kingdom Hearts wannabe story. How are we 2 games in and we are now about to release the 3rd game and you are still gaslighting people about the fucking story? At this point, just admit and accept that you guys bait and switched on the first one, or at the very least, there was a misunderstanding, right? In quotations, a misunderstanding of what the game was going to be, right? Because when the numbers don't lie, the first game sold insanely well. The second one, nowhere near as much, because the bait and switch doesn't exist anymore, right? People caught on to your shit. So why can't we just admit it? I just don't understand why the gaslighting has to continue. There's no reason for it. Just tell people, yeah, we're about to do some crazy shit in this game. You're about to see like 3 different Sephiroths, and they're all going to be multiversal, and you're going to have to destroy them after they do a fusion dance, and they combine with Genova, who is from like the 12 different planes of existence. Just make shit up. Just make it all the fuck up. Because at this point, you might as well. There will be no fucking difference, right? There'll be literally 0 difference. Just make it up, right? Genova's about to come from some fucking weird, like, I don't know, meteor in the sky, and before you know it, meteor gets fucking cracked open into third pieces, and then all of a sudden Bahamut comes out of the meteor, and now suddenly you're in Final Fantasy XIV's world, and you gotta fight inside of their world, and you're fighting in front of Ulda right now, and Cloud is like, I'm gonna kill you, Sephiroth, and then out of nowhere, Terra shows up, and she's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitches, even though I don't know who you are. Just make it up, bro. Make it all up. It doesn't, nothing. Stop this, man. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. Stop this, bro. Like, just make it up, because whatever, bro, at this point, Final Fantasy VII story is so fucking weird and multiversal and just dumb that, honestly, a Dissidia game has better storyline at this point, better cohesion. And that video game melds all the worlds together. So, I don't know, bro. This entire thing is fucking nonsense. But in any case, that's basically what's going on. And this one's, again, this story about him with streamers, it's not necessarily a bad thing, what he's saying, but the mindset, I think, is a little concerning, because they have, I mean, look, even the article goes into it, right? It says, but you can see why it might make war susceptible to the crisis Hamaguchi's talking about. Some games have tried to get around that tension by actually prohibiting live streams at launch. Back when Persona 5 launched, Atlas put strict guidelines in place, backed up by the threat of potential copyright strikes to prevent the game from being spoiled. RPGs like Tales of Zestria and Tales of Berseria also have restrictions in place. They're all trying to do this. They're literally all trying to do this because they want control. Journalists allowed them to have control before, and they no longer have that control, and they don't like it. They just don't fucking like it. So it's a little concerning, and it goes to show the mindset of certain people at Square Enix, and I would not be surprised if more people end up adopting this mindset at Square Enix in the future. I would not be surprised. So we'll see what ends up happening with that, but that's basically it for the Final Fantasy nonsense. All right, we got a lot of supers. Let's go through it really quick.
Wait, do you think that God of War game was from the life service game that got cancelled?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it's something totally different. Honestly, Patrick, thank you for the 5, bro. Yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it was like the live service game whatsoever. I think this was something they even said. They said they had this plan ever since the end of the last. Actually, no, I think they had this plan. They said all the way since the end of the 2018 God of War. Supposedly. Now that's up to you if you want to believe them or not, but I'm just saying supposedly that's what they said.
I
What?
made sure to be ahead of you in E33 so that I could play and experience it myself.
Right.
And also have the fun of watching your reaction.
Yeah, a lot of people did that, Zeroist. A lot of people did that. Thank you for the 5, bro. I appreciate that. Benjamin?
They need to stop
Benjamin.
listening to the grift streamers like Bookday Adams.
They're never going to stop because those guys lick the assholes of
I
companies.
didn't buy it because of the changes to the outfit for Taifa.
That's fine. You're entitled to that for sure. You're entitled to that for sure. Benjamin dropped
One
a
of the
5.
3 Sephiroth is actually Kafka from Final Fantasy VI.
Right.
Turns out FF7 is actually a prequel to 6.
Benjamin, I'm saying thank you for the 5.
Not
Just go all
everyone
in.
minds knowing how a game ends. I play the game for journey.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. I can watch video games. I can watch people play video games that I haven't played yet that I do plan to play. Because for me, I care about experiencing the game myself. So seeing somebody else experience the game doesn't really matter too much. Especially from like a story spoiler perspective. Like I really don't care too much. Benjamin, it seems like the Sonya voice is broken. I don't know why that's the case. Let me go back. Says, I've been told you have a date with another woman named Sonya. Tis, Carlos, me on more. Do you think I would not find out? Saying that in the Sonya voice is so funny. It's so fucking funny. But I appreciate it. Thank you, man. And nothing on Rumble. All right, guys, listen. Like I said, no waifu battle today, unfortunately. I have a lot I have to do, and sadly, 2 hours was the limit. We did not hear tier 1. We did not hear tier 2. We kind of saw that coming, though, to be honest with you, because we are very light, considering we streamed pretty early on, but that's okay. T-Jab said that we were at, I think, like $60 or something like that in tier 1. Have a fun date. It is not a date. It is unfortunately business related, but it is not a date. You're welcome, Sanakin. You're welcome. I'm trying to see T-Jab's last comment, just see where it was at. Where the fuck was it at? I don't know, T-Jab. If you could give me an update, that would be great before we end. I got like 3 more minutes. Draconic dropping a 5 membership.
More memberships! More memberships! More memberships!
Shout out to Draconic. Thank you for the 5 memberships, my guy. I appreciate that. You fucking legend. Hey, Mr. Casco, I appreciate that, man. He's meeting with Juan Valdez to establish a coffee franchise. I am not making a coffee company. I am not making a coffee company. Does that mean the tier streaks are resetting to 0? Yes, that's exactly what it means, Andrew. I am not making a coffee company, Sanguine. Stop spreading those lies. That is bullshit. That is absolutely bullshit. Larry Donetti says, careful, I dated a Puerto Rican once, and within a week, she wanted babies. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That's crazy, brother. That is crazy. Raza dropped a 20 over on Rumble, says late tax for the tiers. Thank you, Raza. Thank you, Raza. I appreciate that. Hey, and because of Raza, we have now officially hit tier fucking 1, so we did manage to save at least 1. We are 189.93 from tier 2. Thank you, T-Jep. I appreciate that. Good job, guys. Good job, chat. Good job, Raza. Thank you for that. Much love. I appreciate that very, very much. In terms of the content, obviously tomorrow SNH will return at 8 o'clock, so don't miss that. And I'm pretty sure, listen, I'm pretty sure SNH is going to be fucking insane because...
Passionata.
Tears.
Dad, do you think Miss Sonia will like me once you marry her? Also, when are you making that coffee company? I want my adverts to be real finally.
Hypno's dog.
It's time to say goodbye to tier 2.
Hypno's dog. I saw you in Lords of the Fallen and I killed you. I don't know if you know that, but now you do. Now you do. Adair Soto, thank you for the 2. It does not look like that's going to be true, though. Wow. Dr. Spike came in, hashtag Hinata, which is hilarious, by the way. And he dropped a $500 Red Boy Ultimate Mega Giga Banger. Jesus fuck.
We have ourselves a Red Boy. Hyper Banger!
What the fuck do you say to that, bro? What do you like, honestly,
You
what do you
can't
say?
keep getting away with this, Hypno.
Can't keep getting away with what? I didn't do anything. Dr. Spike did it. This man did his, I don't even think he said anything all stream. He literally just came in, he's like, fuck your face. Bro. That's insane, man. That's like, wow. Dr. Spike says, literally just got here in the nick of time. It seems like that. It definitely seems like that, for sure. Jesus fucking Christ, brother. Holy shit, man. What do you even say? Guys, first off, he dropped his dick on the chat. Yeah, he really did. Guys, first off, you got to be spamming Dr. Spike emojis. If you're not spamming Dr. Spike emojis, what the fuck are you doing? Spam Dr. Spike emojis. We got him on YouTube and on Rumble. Spam them. Spam them. It looks like we're playing clips on the way out. Holy shit, boys. Listen, first off, thank you guys for the insane support. I'm sorry for the early stream. I got something I got to take care of. Unfortunately, that was thrown on me at the last second today. So, you know, it was either I stream early or I don't stream again. And considering I didn't stream yesterday, I didn't want to miss today. So I just got here, heard the tears were in jeopardy. The bat signal was going off. I don't even have a bat. Like, we need a Dr. Spike signal. No, that's not. Again, I don't expect this, bro. Like, I don't, like, that's crazy. That's crazy work. I mean, I respect you very much for it, but I will never say, yeah, I expect someone to give me like 5. Yeah, no, that's not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But that's crazy, bro. That is insane, man. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. You never get used to it. You literally never get used to it. Like, honestly, just donations in general, you never get used to. Anyway, nobody wants to hear me ramble on about that. Guys, I had a great time. Sincerely, I'm sorry again for streaming early. Just random shit. Unfortunately, I didn't want to miss another stream. So I just made sure I got it in there, and you know, whoever joined, hung out with us, it was awesome. I'm sure a lot of people are going to watch the playback. They're going to be like, wait, I missed the stream? Like, yeah, unfortunately. SNH will be regular time tomorrow, though. Don't worry, 8 o'clock, same time. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that. But I appreciate you guys hanging out, those that did. And we had a lot of good time. A lot of Final Fantasy talk today, which never a bad thing. Lords of the Fallen later. No, there's no gaming stream today because I got to get ready for shit that I have to do tomorrow. I usually don't game stream on Friday evenings. It's usually Tuesday and Thursdays with Leon. But we do plan to get back into it because it was fun. It was super fucking fun. We had a great time. It's unfortunate his internet disconnected, but We'll get back into it. We were talking about it last night. We're like, dude, it was
Don't
so fun.
forget my last super match, D.
Your last super match? What do you mean your last super match? Oh, I'm from Eldering, though. You adopted me. You were like, Zesty, who's that cute little monstrosity? Who's that cute little monstrosity? It was great times. I'm very nostalgic. Didn't it read that or it didn't read that? It might not have read that. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate that, Hypnos Dog. But again, pretty sure I killed you in Lords of the Fallen. Dr. Spice says, gotta rewind the stream at the end of the credits. Yeah, I gotta head out, unfortunately, guys. So I'm gonna play some clips.
You should be ashamed of yourself streaming early.
What? Why? I would be more ashamed if I called out again. Guys, I gotta head out. Thank you so much, sincerely, for everything. I hope you all had fun, even though, you know, it's just a short amount of time. And we will see you guys on the next one tomorrow. SNH, be there. Don't miss SNH tomorrow, man. Come on, we got a lot we got to go over. This has been a very busy week, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of heated discussions. So I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, you guys already know, go be bigots and go be gooners. We're going to play some 5 clips for Dr. fucking Spike. Absolutely insane. I messed with your routine. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
All right, boys. We got another Red
Thank you,
Boy
Hypnomods.
Hyperbanger.
Bye.
Let's bring the ladies in.
It's a Red Boy Hyperbanger, bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
last one. This is the last one. I hypnotic, hypno, yeah, big strong beefy man. He's got that bull seed ready to pop. This man said perfection, brother. You gay as hell, boy. You're gay as hell. This man gay as hell. Tell you what, just like this.
Try to relax your anus.
And there's a little bit of a...
Your shoulders.
You gay as hell.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can't.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, sweetie, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! 'Cause that's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. 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 That's right!
Why the hell are you still here? Go on. Get out of here. Go play some video games.